morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you shall find this practice. Hello. Little switch up. I switched my whole living room around. I was up late at night and I was like, oh, I'm going to change everything around and clean everything. But hey, that's what it is. I'm trying to give myself more space in teaching my class. So welcome back to Erky Yoga Live, Love, Laugh. Hello. Today we're going to be doing it energizing yoga poses. So we're going to be doing moving a flow with our body, doing some yoga here. So I'm going to start standing, feet underneath my hips, put a little bend in my knees, having my hands to the side, presenting myself mountain pose. Now for your mountain, you can either put your feet together or put your feet underneath your hips. I like mine underneath my hips to get myself more stable. Makes me comfortable that way. Bringing my breath into it. If you like, you can close your eyes. I am moving forward and back because that's just me. I like a little bit movement in my mountain pose. Have my eyes closed. Just getting myself grounded for today's practice. Letting everything go. All right, let's bring our breath into it. Work on our ujjayi breath. Taking a nice deep breath in. Exhale out fully and completely. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Begin to open your eyes. We're going to inhale, bring our hands all the way up to the sky. My hands are facing each other like that. On the exhale, bring our hands back to the side of us. Deep breath in. Inhale, hands all the way up to the sky. Exhale, hands all the way to the side. A couple more times. Inhale, bringing our hands all the way up to the sky. Exhale, bringing our hands all the way down to our side. One more time. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to the side. Next breath in, bringing our right hand, bringing it all the way over. Blowing palms here. Holding it. On the exhale, dropping it down. Inhale, take our left hand all the way up. Over. Exhale. Take it. Inhale, bring our hand all the way up. Over. I'm going to twist, bring it back. Bringing it forward. Get in the opposite side. Inhale, bring our left hand all the way up. Twisting it behind me. Exhale, bringing it down. A couple more times like that. Inhale. Right hand all the way over. Twist, open up. Exhale, lower down. You don't have to go all the way down. You can stand up and, go a little bit. Go where your body's comfortable. Bringing it down. Last time. Inhale, hands all the way up. Exhale, fold forward in any amount. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see me. Holding it here. Put a little bend in your knees. We're going to inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower down. Again, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower down. Holding it here. Put a little bend in our knees. Maybe you're rocking back and forth. I know I am. Keeping my feet underneath my hips. My hands underneath my shoulders. Just playing with my alignment. Trying to figure out where I'm comfortable at here. So I rock back and forth. Putting a little bend in my knees. Holding it here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower down. And we're going to drop down like a dump truck. So we're going to open up our feet, hips width. Gently bring it down, dropping down one knee. Dropping down another knee. We should be in tabletop position, hands underneath our shoulders. Knees underneath our hips, if you're able to. Do the cat-cow here. We're going to inhale our head up for cow. Exhale, round our back for cat. Inhale, bring our head up for cow. And on the exhale, tuck our toes down. We're going right into it. We're energizing our body today. It's a downward facing dog, our first downward dog of the day. Get into it. I know. Moving the flow energy in our body. That's what today's class is. Move and flow. Holding it here, our downward facing dog. We're going to lift up on our toes. Exhale, lower down. Taking your time. Inhale, lift up our toes. Exhale, lower down. Holding it here. Take a nice deep breath in. On the exhale, gently walk your feet to your hands. Taking your time. Bending our knee. Holding here, taking our hands, putting them on our hips. And gently bringing ourselves up. Woo! All right. Moving that energy through our body. We're going to inhale our hands up. Exhale, fold forward in any amount. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower down. Take your feet. Gently walk your feet back to that downward facing dog. Holding it here. On the exhale, drop down to hands and knees. Inhale our head up for cow. Exhale, round our back for cat. Inhale our head up again for cow. On the exhale, drop it back down to downward facing dog. Holding it here. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale out. I know, hopefully you're warm. I'm warm. Breath and movement. And we're going to gently walk our feet to our hands. Put a little bend in our knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, roll it all the way up. Bringing our hands up. On the exhale, bringing our hands together to heart center. Woo. One more time. Hands are heart center. Inhale our hands up. Exhale, fold forward in any amount, taking your time. Holding it here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, halfway lift again. Exhale, lower down. Begin to step your feet back. Maybe bring a plank pose. If you're okay here, maybe drop down to your knees if it's too much for you. But I'm in plank. Holding it here. Taking a nice deep breath in. On the exhale, push back all the way to downward facing dog. Holding it here. Taking a nice deep breath in. Exhale out. This time we're going to take our left foot. Bring it behind us. Bend our knee. If this is too much for you, you can drop down the hands and knees doing the same thing. Holding it here. This is a modified version of it. Those of you want to challenge, bending your knee, looking underneath your armpit, dropping your foot down. Let's get the other foot, taking your right foot back, bending your knee, open up your hip, looking in that same direction, holding it here. Energizing, moving that flow through the body. Holding it here, dropping it down. Take a nice deep breath in. On the exhale, walk your hands up to your feet. Now, if you don't want to walk, you can also jump it up if you're able to. And if you're in downward dog, to lift up your toes and just hop to the front of your mat. Holding it here. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Hello. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, bring it all the way up. And exhale, bring your hands to heart center. You deserve it. A water break. So find your water wherever it is. How are you doing today? Flowing with the energy. Hopefully you like the new feng shui of my apartment. I switched around a different way. I had my TV like on the opposite side of the wall. Never had it that way before. Trying something new. Hopefully you're having a good day. Happy September. Second week of September. It's getting cold. That's all I gotta say. So like in the 70s. Ugh. 70s. Ugh, not my favorite. I like it to be in 80s and 90s. That's how I survive. Take 30 more seconds for your water break. I'm giving you a minute water break. That's a lot. We're pushing our energy through. Creating heat. Woo. In our body. Yes, it feels fantastic. All right. 10 more seconds left. Well, hello. I know this is a little different. Hopefully you're making the flow. Hopefully it's okay. Do your modifications if you have to. Please listen to your body. I always say, please listen to yourself. If it's too much, just listen to your body. All right, let's get cracking back into it. So I'm on the top of my mat, hands on my hips for my imagination, as my grand will say. We're going to forward fold, holding it here, put a little bend in our knees, and then drop down our hands. Slowly doing a flexion of our spine, holding here, bending our knees. You can step back, or you can walk yourself back or drop yourself back to downward facing dog. Decide to jump. Holding our dog here. We're going to take our right foot, bring it up, bend your knees, open up the hip, look underneath your armpit again, and just bring your foot up to the front. Now, if you're not able to do that, you're on your knees, that's fine. You can do it from your knees and just taking your time, running your foot up. Please listen to yourself. We're on a low lunge, holding it here. And gently we're going to bring ourselves up to warrior one. So in our warrior one, we have our right foot in front of us, our left foot behind us. Have a little bend in your knee. So I like to make my feet the same width, the same range as my hips, because I like to shift my whole pelvic to that same direction. Sometimes if you have your feet together, you narrow your hip functions, but to me, I like space because I got some hips. So I like to open up my feet like wide railroad tracks to get that in my warrior one. So I'm going to bring my hands to heart center, taking a nice deep breath in. Exhale out. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Inhale. Exhale. Now we're going to move our flow. So I'm going to open up my hands like a letter T, right? And I'm going to turn, since my right foot's in front of me, I'm going to turn towards my left. I'm going to change. I'm moving my pelvic in the same direction because I don't like the resistance. I don't want to feel like I'm pulling my pelvic apart, but turning it forward. And then I'm taking my back foot, opening it up to warrior two. So I'm just changing my feet from this way to that way. So I'm on an angle to open it up. So I'm like a letter T with my feet. A white letter T because I have my foot out there so I can have range of motion in my hips. To warrior two. Holding it here, still keeping a little bend in my knee. Now it doesn't matter where you go. I like, some people say go by your toe. Go where it's comfortable for you in this pose, where you have the grasp of it. So you're not like wobbling crazy, but finding focus and knowing where your joints are. So me, I like my pelvic, a full pelvic turn. Some people can tilt their pelvis that way. I can do that too, but it feels like I'm ripping my pelvis apart, but I've learned that this is comfortable for me, and that's okay. Holding it here. All right, we're going to reverse our warrior. So we're taking our, what is this? Our back hand, bring it to our leg, and taking our other arm behind us, up above us. Holding it here. Taking a breath. Now we're changing it. So we're taking our hand, our front hand. This will probably be, this is technically, we're opposite now. So this is your right hand onto your right knee. And taking your left hand above you. You're kind of looking opposite to me. That's okay. Holding it here. Taking a nice deep breath in. On the exhale, drop it all the way down. So I have my hands on the side of my feet, framing my foot, stepping back with my right foot. I'm in. I'm holding it here in plank pose. If it's too much, drop down to your knees. I'm holding my plank. Engaging my core. Holding it here. On the exhale, bring it back to downward facing dog. Holding it here. I like to shake out my head. Making sure there's no tensions in my neck. I like to do yeses and nos. Ooh. All right, we're going to take our left foot. Bring it behind us. Bend our knees. Look underneath your hip. Holding it here. Bring it all the way to the top of your mat. Like I said, if you're in downward dog, you can drop down to your knees and take that same foot, that left foot, and just thread it up. That's a modification. So I'm in a high lunge. My hands are framing my foot. I am spreading my toes apart, spreading my feet apart, flatten down my back foot, put a little bend in my, put a little bend in my left knee here. Sweating now. Moving that energy feels so good. Nice and warm. Hold it in here. You can bring your hands to heart center. 4. Feels good. Taking a nice deep breath in. Should have switched the other way. So we're going to open our hands up. We're going to turn in direction. So since you're this way, with your left foot in front of you, should have did the opposite. I'm going to do that right now. Let's switch myself. Because your left foot in front of you actually looks like your right. You're opposite to me. So you want to take your left foot in front and then open, twisting towards your right. So you're like a letter T. So start with a letter T, turning yourself to a T. So I look kind of opposite than you right now. Holding it here for warrior one. So what I did is I took my pelvic and I just turned a full pelvic turn. I like to take my pelvic floor and just move it all together one because I don't like to rip it apart. Hold it in here. I mean, I can go that way if it's comfortable, if you like your hip pointers that way. But for me, I love my pelvis moving the same direction. It's just comfortable for me that way. Hold it here. All right, take your back hand, bring it on the back of your leg. Take your hand in the front, will be your left. Bring it above your head. Hold it here. Taking a nice deep breath in. On the exhale, switch. Putting your elbow onto your knee and taking your hand above your head for side angle. Hold it here. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Now we're going to drop everything down. Framing your foot and a high lunge. Holding it here, bringing your foot all the way back to plank pose. Holding it here. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale out. Push back to downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale to downward facing dog. Couple more times. Inhale to plank. Moving that. Exhale back out to downward facing dog. Last time to plank. Hold it here. Take a nice deep breath in. On the exhale, drop down to your knees. Woo. Nice and warm. Let's take a water break. Woo. Yes. Hold it in here. Enjoying that water break. Whoa. Yeah, nice and warm. I'm flushed. We're nice and warm so we can get into poses now. Stretch out. Yes. Whew. All right. Did I say 2 minutes? We got another minute. Watching the time. My best is trying to make this class into a 30-minute class. It might end up being 33 minutes. I'm trying to do 15, 20. It's hard. It's hard. I try to do less than an hour sometimes to give you a 15-minute class, but I don't know. It's hard. I'm trying to do different time sets. Some classes are 15, sometimes are 20. Hey. But I usually teach an hour class, so I usually I try to give you a full hour's worth. That's just usually how I am. Enjoy your 2-minute water break. I am on fire and I love it. I got heat off, flowing through me, energizing me. Yes, love that. Flowing, moving and flowing. All right, my beautiful people. Let's go on to our hands and knees. We're going to do lizard pose. So we're going to take our left foot, bring it in front. Our left foot, bring it in front so you can see me. We're going to take our hands, bring it in their instep. So our hands are inside our foot. So with this lizard, you You draw your hip forward, you flex your hip forward if you're able to. If it's uncomfortable, you can take a blanket and place it underneath your knees if your knees are uncomfortable. Bring your hands, if not, you can also use a block if you need to hold on. And we're just sitting in our hips. Right there. So, and then with our foot, our left foot, we're going to turn it just like a little bit to an angle. Out. There we go, into our hips. That's it. Hold this here. And if you're more flexible, if you're able to, maybe you can get all the way down to the ground. If you're uncomfortable there today, just feel and play where you're at today. Listen to your body. I'm playing 2 blocks up. That's where I'm at today. Take a couple more breaths here. Woo! It's definitely working everything out. All right, 5 more seconds. All right, so we're going to shift our hips back. Bringing it all the way back. So we're going to go into my favorite. We're going to do splits. We're going to do half splits. So I have my blocks on my side. Have my toes dorsiflex pointing up to the sky. And just having my top part just tilted forward. Having my hips move in one alignment. So my hips are kind of like even here. And I'm just tilting my hips a little bit forward. So I can feel all this goodness down here. Now if you can get lower, go ahead and get lower wherever you're at, or splits. Or go where you're comfortable. I'm comfortable here today. I don't feel like going to the ground. This is good for me today. Holding it. Take a couple more breaths. All right. Take 5 more seconds. Woo! Split, 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 splits. All right, so we're going to bring up that foot, taking our time, bringing it back. I did not mean to move my mat. Back to my knees. I'm going to switch so you can see me on the opposite side here. We're going to take a cat-cow. We're going to inhale, hit up for cow. Exhale, round her back for cat. One more time. Inhale, hit up for cat. Exhale, round her back for cat. All right, so we're going to get the opposite side. So I'm going to take my right foot, bring it in front of me. Plant your feet down. I got my hands and my instep inside my feet. Your back knee, I push my hips forward, and then I open up my feet to the side just a little bit to get deep in my lizard pose. Like I said, you can be up for your lizard, on your elbows, or you can use a block, wherever's comfortable for you. And one side is always tighter than the other side. Like this side is always easier for me to get into it. Some strange reason. Always easier to get this way in. Taking a couple breaths here. But I'm gonna be good today. I back off a little bit and balance myself out. If I lose blocks on one side, I'm gonna use blocks on this side. So I'll listen to myself. Taking a couple more breaths here. Whew. All right, we're gonna push back our hips. Bringing our right toes up into the air. Doing splits here. Holding our toes up. Woo! Getting comfortable in our splits. I have my hips tilted, my toes up in the air. Wherever you are with the splits, maybe use a block. You can use blankets and pillows. Wherever you are today and your splits, holding here for a couple breaths. Go where you're comfortable. Moving that energy flow. Taking the advantage of the heat that we got here. We're not holding long, just a couple breaths. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment. 5 more seconds, I think I got. All right, bringing it back. I always bring up my mat back up when I do my splits. Bring it back onto my knees. With my blocks. Whew. Oh, sitting in hero's pose. Woo! Nice stretch there. I'm going to do one more. In hero's pose, you can, if your knees are uncomfortable, you can use a blanket. You can grab some blocks if you like. We're going to do camel pose. So I'm going to show you one way. You can put this underneath your knees. So for your camel pose, it's not mainly back in your hands. It's mainly, you know, releasing things in your hips, using your hips and using your butt. Please don't squeeze your butt. Don't lock them out. Use your butt to get yourself back. So you can use a blanket underneath your knees if they're uncomfortable. Or you can roll up your mat wherever you're at. You can use blocks to the side of you to help you lean back. So we're going to take our spine and we're going to shift everything for us to reach back. You can, you know, grab your hands down here. You can use blocks. Or you can just take your hands, put it on your hips, and bring it that way. Wherever your camel's at today. Where am I at today with my camel? Or you can do one hand at a time. Just getting into it, learning it. I cheated a little bit. Holding it here. And gently bring it up. Woo! Dropping it down. Let's reverse that. We're doing a child's pose. So I'm bringing my feet wider than hips. Bringing my head all the way down to the floor. Balling up my fist on top of fist. Doing a restorative child pose. Counteracting my camel. And stimulating my spine one way, counteracting an opposite way, rounding it. Just having the arch, having my lumbar, my thoracic cavity, and my cervical spine, all of it on my, and rounding it the opposite way. On my stimulation from camel. Holding it here. I am slowly bringing my breath back to neutral, like just resting my breath, taking a nice deep breath in, exhale, sigh out, just bringing my breath back into center, taking my time from doing that camel pose and doing that lizard pose. Focusing my mind and just relaxing in this pose. This pose is uncomfortable. Like I said, you can use a block or blanket or pillow, you know, to help elevate your hips and lift you up. Taking a couple more breaths here. One more. And gently bring it up. Switching my knees in front. We're going to do one more pose. We're going to do a passive pose. We're going to do a fourfold. So I have my feet in front of me. I'm going to inhale, lift my hands all the way up to the sky. On the exhale, fold forward in any amount. So if you can go real far, that's great. But see if you can bring it back just a little bit. Give you guys some heart love here. And a lovely heart opener. Whew. Just calming down the brain. Bringing myself back to focus. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, sigh out. One more time, deep breath in. Exhale, sigh out. All right. So take your time. If you need to take another water break, go ahead. I'm gonna set my timer for about 5 minutes. Get myself together. Grab I like my underneath. I like it underneath my legs sometimes. Gonna grab a pillow. I guess I do want a pillow. That's not enough. I need two. Take my glasses off. Getting myself comfortable for Savasana. So go wherever's comfortable for you today. This is my Savasana. I like my legs. I like this underneath my thighs. There we go. Can't see my feet, but that's okay. Feet are spread to the side. Let's roll underneath I like it underneath my legs there. It feels so comfortable for me. Oh, my foot's stuck. There we go. All right, we're going to quiet our mind down. Take a nice gentle breath here. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, sigh out. Close your eyes, and I'll see you in 5 minutes. Savasana's over. Plant your left foot into the mat. Plant your right foot into the mat. Gently windshield wiper your knees from side to side, taking your time. Taking your right hand above your head, roll over to your right hand side, getting that heart flow back in your heart chamber, getting that blood flow. Gently bring yourself up, taking your time. Oh, if you need longer, please hit pause on this and just take the time you need. Ignore me. If you need some more time in your Savasana, please listen to yourself. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for allowing me doing this class. This is an energy flow class. This is getting right into it. Hopefully you're having fun with it. Hopefully you're like, oh girl, you crazy. But if you are, try it out. You don't know until you know, right? See if you can do it. Do modifications, Please do them. Challenge yourself. That's the beautiful part about yoga. Thank yourself for the things that you can do, and also thank for yourself for the things you are working on, like I always say. There is no right or wrong in yoga. You're doing yoga the best your body is allowing you to do it. And that's a wonderful thing about making space for yourself. So I appreciate you. Thank you so much for liking, subscribing, sharing, and commenting. I appreciate you so very much. I am humbled and honored by your presence. Thank you so much. Inhale your hands up to the sky. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Take a nice deep breath in. On an exhale, sigh out. One more time. Deep breath in. Exhale, sigh out. We say Namaste. Namaste is the East Indian Sanskrit, which means the God in me bows down to the God in you. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Namaste. Bye. Mwah.